Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and this is Pro AI. Today we are starting an exciting tutorial on NumPy, one of the most powerful and widely used Python library for data science, artificial intelligence, and even scientific computing. So now you might be wondering, why should we even learn NumPy? Well, here's the thing. Python it's all great, but when it comes to and uh, handling large data sets and or mathematical operation, they are pretty slow and ineffective. So NumPy gives us something much better: arrays that are faster, more memory efficient, and packed with features for numerical calculations. In this tutorial, we will learn everything step by step. So stick with me, guys, and let's start learning. So now let's think about NumPy, right? So basically, we use NumPy to create a dimensional array or matrix, and we perform mathematical operation on this arrays or matrix. If the NumPy arrays have a fixed size at creation, but lists are not like that, right? So changing the size of an n-dimensional array will create a new array and delete the original. So we'll look into how do we create a array using NumPy and how do we gonna perform mathematical operation with it. Using Google Colab, we are gonna type some code and learn what NumPy is. So now, if you are new to Google Colab, so I have made a small video on how to get started with the Google Colab and everything about Google Colab. So I recommend you guys to use Google Colab when it comes to designing a model or if you want to build any model for any kind of applications. So anyway, a link will be in the description. You guys, please check this out and start with the Google Colab. So now let's start with the code, shall we? And I'm using Google Colab, and please use the link given in the description to know what Google Colab is and get started with the Google Colab as soon as possible. So today, let's start with the NumPy coding. First, we need to install NumPy, but since you are using Google Colab, the NumPy will be defaultly installed, so you don't need to worry about the NumPy. But if you are using any other compilers, you need to install NumPy. So the syntax is pip install NumPy. So just type this and require already satisfied. That's what, right? So since you are using Google Colab, everything will be updated. This is very important. Everything will be updated in Google Colab if you are using any kind of library. So you don't have to worry about updating any libraries at all. So this is one thing. But we are using 2.02 as a NumPy version. So now let's start with the basic things like how to create an array and before that, so let's try to think or let's try to find what are all the libraries that what are all the data types that NumPy uses. Let's try to find out them. To know the data types, just go to Google and type NumPy data type and you will just give me a second. This NumPy data type and come to this official NumPy page and scroll down and you will get the table where you can see the data types that are available in NumPy. Guys, just go through this with this and I will explain you with a different kind of data types in this tutorial. Just for your reference, just go through these data types and yeah. So now let's import to begin with NumPy. Let's just import NumPy. So to import, use import NumPy as np. So we are just importing the NumPy library and assigning it as NP. So what I'm trying to do is importing NumPy. Okay, it's just give me a second. Importing NumPy. So actually this is a code cell, and so make sure that you use text cell. Importing NumPy. So let's just delete this cell. We don't need it. Okay. So now we need to, let's come to the part where we initialize an array. An array. So to do that, we need a variable such as a equal to initialize array, we need np dot array. And by using this, you can able to initialize array. And inside close bracket, we need to give a list that is according to your wish. So, and let's just print the array. As we are getting the NumPy array, and we can also create the two-dimensional arrays. Like make sure that the brackets are given properly because that's very important. 6. Sure, we got the two-dimensional arrays. So we want to print what dimension that we are getting. So to do that, let me just give a text here. And shape. You have to be more precise with English, right? And actually that a dot. So let's find the dimension first. Empty. So by typing this, we'll get the dimension. So 2, that's right. And also let's get the shape. We got the shape. That's great, right? So our A is two-dimensional and the shape is 2, 3. We have got the dimensional shape using this syntax. But you can, this is not the way. I mean, this is the way, but still, you can also type it separately. It's just make sure that I print both at the same time. So the shape will be like this. Okay. A dot b. So now, as we can also get what kind of data type that we are using. So uh, find data type, right? So let's just get the code. So just type a dot b type and run it. So that we are using int64. So and NumPy array defaultly take int64 as the default uh, data type. So let's just try to make it as a float, and let's see what data type that we get. We got float float 64, right? So get different data set. I mean different data type accordingly according to the array that we create, right? And just a catch here, you can also change the data type here by doing the type Give me a second. I can make it as float 6, sorry, 32. Nice. Right. So I can also let's try to play with it. Like let's make it in 32. Okay. You can also change the data type here. Nice. That's nice. So that's it, guys. You can change the data type by just giving the syntax over here, and accordingly you get the data type. So you can also let me just give you something. You can itemize, like we get the size of the NumPy. So using itemize, right? Sorry, I think this is not the correct way. It's not itemize, it's item size. So let's just give it like a dot item size. So we get 4. Let's try to make it 16 and see. That's what the size get changed according to our data type that we give here. So keep a note of it. And guys, if you guys really want to get this one or the number of line that I'm using here, just go to settings, editor, and you can enable here like show context bold, gold, completion, show line number, show indentation guides. So like if you're using multiple lines like or I mean, hey, so you'll get an line over here so that you can able to see. I mean, this settings will help you guys to maintain the indentation and also help you with keeping track of what line the error comes. So you can track of note on that. And let's also try to find the total size of the array, item size and total size. Not number of bytes, I guess, right? I think that's the correct syntax. Yes, that's right. So we'll also get the size and the total size of the array using a dot numpy. Just try to great. So now just to go to the next part. So I think we have come so far, and let's try to get the elements from the array or customize our array with the shape or something like that. So let's access the elements of the array. do that, let's try to reassign the array. Comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma 4, comma 5, comma 6, comma 7. Okay, now let's make it as a two-dimensional array. 1, comma 2, comma 6, comma. Let's keep it there. Comma. That's right. So now to access the elements from the array, so you just have to type 1, comma 1, run. So you'll get 9. So what is doing, like it will go to the 1th row and 1th column and you get 9. And also you can do like this. So it will print all this 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Also you can do this. Print, I think 2 and 9. Yes, it will print 2 and 9. So this is how you can access the elements from the array. So now let's just talk about changing an element. So you can do that by just 1, comma 3 and assigning it to some value like 20, 200, let's say 200, and print a. As you can see, we have changed the first row. Yeah, we have got the 200. We have changed the value of 11 from sorry. Yeah. We have changed the value 11 to 200 over here, and can also do that like this. So the thing is, and you can do this also with a three-dimensional array example also. Let me show you that also. Just give me a second. Let's just keep it very simple. Not have to read lengthy codes. That's 3. Let's make it 3, 4, 5. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So now let's just try to print it whether we got the correct one or not. Now that hurts. We have to put a comma here. Sorry. Now let's just try to print ending. It's the three-dimensional array. So you can check this. Check whether an array is two-dimensional or three-dimensional using ending. Now you can also access element using the same way that we did for two-dimensional array. So we have 1, comma 1, comma 1. And if we run this, we get 10. So what it's going to do? 1, comma 1, comma 1. Yeah, we get 10. Just give me a second. I will make sure you guys understand what exactly I'm doing. So what it's trying to do is it will go to the one column, one row, and one element. So always think like Python will always start from 0 and end to the number minus 1, right? So if you want to access this number 1, we have to type 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, hit 1, right? You want to access T. So what if I just get all the elements 1, 2, 3 at the same time? What if I do this? Right, so we get these two elements at the same time. What if I do this? It's as similar as by typing printing A. You get all the elements, right? If I do this, so just play with it, guys. You guys need to understand how we get this element. And let's move to the next concept. Dot zeros for let's say 5 is I think, and let's print B. So let's try to put zeros for 5 comma 2 and let's see what happens. Okay, just give me a second. This to be in another closed brackets. Let's just give this. You have to give the shape, I guess. Yeah, just right. So you can add zeros and even you can add ones here. C is equal to nk dot check 5. Let's see. Great. We can also change the data type by just typing comma d type equal to uh, just like before here. Yeah, just like this we can also change the data type equal to int 64. Right, you can do that. Let's just make this one also. Fine, done with ones and zeros. So now we came to know how to put zeros and ones. Now we can also put any random number to fill a entire array with a random number. We can do that, right? To np dot full. We can use full. First thing we need shape, comma, and 6. So let's see what happens. So entire array is filled with the 6. So the first it will take two inputs, that is shape and the number that we want to add into the array. So 4 comma 5. Yeah, as you can see we can also put 99 or 88. Everything will come just perfectly fine. Nice. So the next step is, so now let's talk about some random number, I guess. Yeah, let's add a text here, number, and to do that let's just take he equal to np dot uh, So a equal to np dot random dot or a and d, and the size will should be 3 comma 4, or you can give whatever the size you want. It just takes the size. Let's just print he. Good. So what random does is it gives any random number between 0 and 1. So what you can do is, if you want to range it out, or if you want a random number between 0 and 11, you can do this in 200. I guess this will work. Yes, you get a random number between 0 and 100. So you can multiply with any number that you want, and you will get the ranging from 0 to 100 in this case. So there's also another way you can get integer values in this random numbers. That is, let me show you. np dot rand random. Yeah, this will be the correct one. So yeah, so using the random dot rand int 10 comma size as 3 comma 4, so we get random numbers from 0 to 10, and 10 will not be included. 0 to 9 will come. Okay, so this is about the random numbers that we can get. You can also put 100, and you are going to get random integer number using this syntax. So now let's try to make identity matrix. If you guys are asking what is identity matrix, it's just that diagonal elements will be 1 and remaining will be 0. So let me show you identity matrix. Let's add the code. So np.identity of 5 to be defaultly taken as 5 cross 5. Yeah, as you can see, the elements diagonal elements will be 1 and remaining will be 0. So this is what identity matrix is. You can get this identity matrix. So yeah, I have not initialized any variable, and again printing that variable, just plain key syntax. So next one. So now what if I say you can print an array n number of times, so that the array gets repeated how many numbers you want. So let's just array many times. So let's just do that. Let's initialize an array. So let me just give 5 comma 6 comma 5 comma 6 4 comma 7, and let me just repeat that using IRR. Yeah, yeah, using this, your array will be repeated 3 times. Let me repeat it 5 times, and as you can see, the array will be repeated 5 times. So 5 5 5 5 5 6 6 6 and 5 5 5 4 4 4, 5 times 5 times. So this is how you can repeat an array. What if in case it is a two-dimensional array? Let me show you that example also. 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5. It's similar, right? So 5 5 5 6 6. So this way you can repeat an array n number of times. So now what if I say you can repeat the array with exact order or the shape using axis equal to 0, and let's see the magic. Yes, yes, you can repeat the let's check if axis equal to 1 what we get. Interesting, right? So let's check axis equal to 2. Nah, there's only 0 1 0 and 1. So what basically is like if you give axis equal to 0, the entire one dimension will get repeated 5 times. If you get axis equal to 1, yeah, like the this one dimension will be repeated in a horizontal way, and this will be repeated 5 times. So this is how 0 and 1 works. So done with this. Now let's just try to understand how copy works in an array. I mean, especially in NumPy. So this is one of the most important concepts that we need to know. Copy and replace, I guess. Let's just check it. Now, suppose if I have an a equal to np dot arr a by with 1 comma 2 comma 3 and b equal to a, and if I say a b of 0 equal to 100, and if I print a, that's right. So if you copy an array to another variable, that is b, and if you make changes in that variable b, then that effect will also be affected with the original value, original variable. So if you make any changes in b, that will be affected to the a, and the changes will be made according to b, right? So this is one thing. And if we use let me show you something. So if we use a dot copy and print a and run, voila. So the changes are not affected to a. So this is what b is b, an array, I mean the variable b is assigned with a new array of the same elements as a, but b and a are now not related to each other. So if you make any changes with b, a will not be get affected, and the changes, you can do whatever the changes you want with the b, but a will remain same as it is. So now let's talk about the mathematics part of array math, one of the most difficult chapter, I mean difficult chapter for few of the students, I guess. So okay, maths and text. Okay, so when we talk of maths, we basically know plus, minus, plus, comma, minus, comma, multiplication, and division. So these are all the four main things that we know as a students or as an engineers. So let's try to create an array, and let's try to analyze how this addition and subtraction affects the entire array. So it's equal to np dot arr ay. Let it be the same way. And let's add a plus 2. What this does is that it adds 2 to every element, like 1 plus 2 is 3, and 2 plus 2 is 4, 3 plus 2 is 5, 4 plus 2 is 6. And what if I write a minus 2? That's what, like 1 minus 2 is minus 1, 2 minus 2 is 0, 3 minus 2 is 1, 4 minus 2 is 2. So what if I write a into 2? Now this is very interesting. Every element will be multiplied with 2. So 1 into 2 is 2, 2 into 2 is 4, 3 into 2 is 6, and 4 into 2 is 8. So next one, what if I divide with 2? Same results, right? So what if I divide with 0? This is very logic. It shows infinite. So divide by 0 encountered in dividing by t. So we can't use a by 0, we get infinite. So don't use the practice. So let's just have a by 2. Wait, the story is not over yet. You can also use what do we say? You can also use power, like let me show you. A to the power 2, and you will get every element will be squared, and you will get the array as shown here. You can also add two arrays, like is equal to nt dot a by with 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma, we are using it before, right? Should be a list, not anything other than list. And if you type a plus b, yes, you can see the array sort get added, and each element of the array got added. And let me try using this. That's what, like, you can add only if you have similar size. If you have two arrays with the same size, you can add them and subtract them, but you can't add any two arrays with a different size. So you can also do subtraction, get 0, and you can also do multiplication, division also, and power also. So that's great. Now let's see. So what I say, if we can get sine value, cos value, as well as tan values. So let's just check that one also. So now let me, yeah, give us. So what if I say we can get cos and tan value, cos, sine, tan values directly using int dot cos of a with a cos value. As you know, cos ranges from -1 to 1, and sine also ranges from -1 to 1. Now let's try to get tan. Yeah, you can also get tan, sine, sine 45. So these values are not in degrees, because I think these values are in radians. So sine 90 degrees should be, that's right, that's right. So these are all, I think these are all are in radians, so that's why you're getting this. So if you let me check. So just play with it, guys, and let's move to the next part. So what if I say is we can also do matrix multiplication here by, let me just matrix one. So we can also do matrix multiplication. So let's just create an array is equal to np dot arr. Okay, we got the code. Don't worry. So let's try to print the shape also. That is very important when it comes to matrix multiplication, because comma p dot shape comma p dot multiplication. Yeah. So we have to make sure this 3 and 3 should be, I mean this 2 should be same, because when we try to multiply, let me just so what I'm trying to say is we have to make sure that the columns and column of the first matrix should be equal to column rows of the second matrix. So a dot shape, you have to make sure that column of A should be equal to row of B, then only the matrix multiplication works correctly. So this is the matrix multiplication. And we can also find a determinant of a matrix. So let's just give you a code for that. A equal to np dot array of 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma, let's just make a three-dimensional array. uh, Wait, yeah, sure, that I think this might work. 4 comma 4 comma 5 6 comma 6, and make sure that you give commas correctly. 7 8 9. Nice. So to get the determinant of this matrix, always we find determinant for a square matrix. So a square matrix is nothing but the rows and columns of the matrix will be same. We use np dot linear algebra dot determinant a. Yes. So using that we can able to find the determinant. Oh, give me a second. First of all, this is a 3 dimensional 3 cross 3 matrix, right? That's what it should be. 1 cross 3. Yeah, this is the matrix. So let's just drag a dot, not that. We are trying to find that determinant, right? So np dot linear algebra dot determinant of a. That's what you get 0, because 1 2 3 4 5 6. Determinant of that is 0. So I change the value here 10 and you get different determinants. So just play with it, guys, and learn what determinant is. Okay, next. And after this, you can also find minimum and maximum values in an array. So let me just type that. Min and max. So let's just initialize an array. no, to be a 3, and let's just find array min and max arr dot min. So I think you should get 1, right? So, and you can also use max 3, right? You can use this for multiple dimensions also, like 4 comma 5 comma 6. That's 6, right? So what if I say uh, so I can use axis to get I mean, in every row, what are all the greatest, maximum numbers that you can get? Like in the first row, you get 3, and the second row, you get 6 as the great number. And let's just check, make this as 0. So actually, it should be in np dot max of a, I guess. Let me check this. And, this is correct. So we are finding max using a NumPy array. Sorry, using NumPy, and okay, you can use axis over here equal to 0. That's right, 1 and 6. So you get, if you put 0, so you will get which column is great, and if you put 1, so just play with it, guys. And so we can also perform reshape or resize in NumPy, that is reshape. Suppose if I have equal to np dot a or ay of 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 9, 59 elements. So now what if I what if I say you can so np dot resize or reshape in 3 comma 3, so you get a resize shape. You can also write comma 10. So it's the very interesting part. You can't resize if the elements are not matching with the size that you are trying to rearrange. So if you want to rearrange more 10 elements, so you have to make sure to give 2 comma 5, because the multiplication of 2 comma 5 is 10, and there are 10 elements, so your uh, array will be rearranged properly. So now if I give 12, this doesn't work, right? So you can use 6, it will work, and 4 times 3 will work. So that's the main thing about the reshaping. Now we can also stack up the arrays. So vertical stacking, and let's try to build a code for this. Comma I a equal to np dot a dot y 4, and equal to np dot a dot ay. That was comma 8 comma 9. Now let it be, let's just check for equal size. It's equal to np dot a or 2 comma 4 comma 6 comma 8. Now, your vertical stacking. So you can stack each element one upon the other using vertical stacking. Let me show you. So the syntax is we stack a comma b comma c. Very interesting. So let's just I think it should be in brackets. I mean, we should keep it should be in a list. So let me just check if this was, yeah. So you can see we are using vertical stack. We are using vertical stacking. You can also do horizontal stacking as well, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. So every element is stacked vertically. Let me change this into horizontal stacking and vertical stacking. It's vertical, right? So I think this is the hand. So thanks for watching, and uh, later I will be adding some of the videos regarding Python tutorial in the library of pandas, and I hope that video will help a lot of you people understand how pandas work. And stay with me, guys, and let's crack Python with pandas.